So I was just talking about a friend of mine. We was together at a battered women's shelter, right? And she was my girl. She was really cool. But this chick, she was an older lady. Um, I'd say about 55 plus, right? But she told us that she was 45. And since we was young, we didn't know, we was like, all right, 45, I was like, well, and she had lost a son. So we figured, all right, well, she's 45 years old, she's had a hard life. And anyways, me and her became cool. We was real cool. And so she was out of the shelter and I was out of the shelter. Yeah, we was both out of the shelter. That's when Nikki was with me, my Nicholas. And I was single, so I was seeing dudes, this and that, whatever. And there was a dude that was country, like this young, my friend here, and she was country. I think she was from Florida. I really do. I think she was, yeah, because she used to talk about her family, how they could get rid of people in the swamps and shit like that. I'm not lying, people. People in Florida know how to get rid of people in the Everglades, dude. Trust me.
That was big alligator bait. Fish in the bio.
So she's talking to me. She's like, yo, I'm hungry, this, that, whatever. And I was like, all right. So I called my boy up. I said, look, I got a friend of mine. I would like to see it, He was like, all right, well, why not? I'm willing to meet your friend if she's a nice girl. So I said, yeah, she's a very nice girl. And so they start to talk to each other. This was way back in like 2007, 2006, around that area, I didn't even know Polly at this time. But they would talk and they would tell me how good they were talking. And at that time, my boy would be working out in Gainesville. But at that time, me and my girl, we was living in West Palm Beach, Florida. And then one day, they set a date up, They're like, all right, well, he's like, I'm coming down. I want to see you. And they went ahead and met. So my boy goes and picks her up. And it was raining that night. And so and she had told me how she hadn't eaten, that she was hungry, this and that, whatever. I was like, all right, well, damn, he's going to take you out, so go get something to eat with him. So he picks her up. He opens up the door. He says when that car door opened up, he couldn't believe how ugly she was. He says, oh, my gosh. She had like an 1800 look hairdo. And she was an older looking lady, very old looking, skinny. She didn't even weigh 100 pounds, I wouldn't even say. Dina, that was her name, Dina. He says, and it was raining, he says, I just want to drop her off at the next stop. And I was like laughing, but we were on the phone, right? And then, but they had been talking so good and everything. And since they was country, I figure, oh, well, since they're talking so good, maybe they'll just be like, okay, well, he'll be like, all right, maybe she's not that pretty, but I like, whatever. I don't know. I just figured something would happen. Something, you never know. So it was raining. He said he was driving so fast. She complained that that's what he was doing. Like, she said he took off fast, so fast. And then they went to Bob Evans. He said, when we got into that restaurant, he said, I was hoping she wasn't that ugly.
But she was so hungry.
He said, I just couldn't believe that you would fix me up with somebody like that. Now, this guy's very well dressed. Nice. You know what I mean? He was actually from the Illuminati. He was a Grand Master. He was a 33rd Mason. Dude, this man was like so pissed. And this girl is like so skinny, dude. I was like, she don't even weigh 100 pounds. I said, Ma, what'd you get for eat, you know? Oh, I got a chicken salad with no dressing and an iced tea with no sugar. She said, he barely talked to me. I was like, well, what did he eat? Oh, he got ribs and French fries and iced tea. I was like, why didn't you get that shit, you know? Like, you're complaining to me that you're hungry and that you haven't eaten. I hook you up so you could get some food, some money, you know? She gets that. But, it was funny because this guy was like, oh, yeah, I like your friend. You know, we hit it off really well. We're planning to do this. We're planning to do that. And the guy drove all the way down from Gainesville to go see this friend of mine. It was like, the man was not amused. He was like, I could not wait to drop your friend off. He's like, I just could not wait to drop her off. He says, I dropped her off, and he says, I just couldn't drive off fast enough. Oh my gosh. So needless to say, I'm not a good matchmaker. I'm really not. Because I figured, you know, shit, you know, you guys are like talking, you're having a good time. I figured maybe he would see over, you know what I mean? And be like, all right, well. No. No, he wasn't having it. And then I did it to this other friend of mine. His name was Otis. Otis, if you ever watch this, you know what's up. You know I love you, even though I ain't seen you. But Otis was a friend of mine, right? And this boy was a trip. So we're talking. Now, Otis liked me a lot, and liked my friends, and blah, blah, whatever. So, but Otis and I were just friends, like, you know, very cool friends and everything like that. And he was much older than me, but he was a really cool friend. And so he's calling me, yo, you know, how you doing, this and that, whatever. I said, yo, I got a friend for you. I said, do you like Puerto Rican chicks? He says, yeah, I love Puerto Rican chicks. I said, well, she got a big butt. Oh, yeah, the better, this and that, whatever. I said, I'm talking big, like thick. Oh, yeah, I like Puerto Rican girls with big butts. I said, she got long hair. Yeah. So I put them to talk together, okay? So they start talking to each other, blah, 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 blah. That same day, he's like, okay, yo, I want to go down and meet your girl. I was like, all right, well, you know, come down and get me. I'll teach you where she lives. He's like, all right. So he comes, picks me and my son up. I said, yo, we're on our way, mama. I said, get yourself ready. You know what I mean? I'm going to hook you up with a friend of mine. I was like, you know, he's got money, this and that, whatever. Okay. And she was actually my son's babysitter at the time, which happened to be my oldest son. And so we're driving down, and he's like, oh, yeah, you know, she sounds hot, and she's Puerto Rican. I said, remember, she's got long hair, she's got a big, he's like, I know. So anyways, he said, is she ugly? I said, no. I said, she really was not, you know, she was just a bigger lady, but her personality was off the fucking chain, from New York, and you know, she just she was Puerto Rican. She was a bad bitch, you know what I mean? I love that bitch, yo. And that was my girl, okay? That was my girl. That's all I gotta say. So I said, yo, get yourself pretty, yo. I'm coming over with this guy, and he's good looking and this and that, whatever, you know what I mean? Because, you know, he was a nice looking brother. Okay, and you know, we drive up. She's sitting on her porch. on her black pleather in Florida. So she's sitting there with no shoes on, no makeup on, and just putting up her hair in a bun. And as we're getting out, he says to me, "Oh Lord, don't tell me that's
her."
I said, "Come on, come on, come on, come on." Because, you know, I tried to hook Polly up one time too, so, I mean.
He tried. He tried. No. I saw it. Fuck no. I couldn't wait to get out of that place. I wanted to go so fast.
Okay, I mean, I even tried it with Paul. I mean.
It didn't work. I had standards. It would never happen. I wouldn't be home today.
So.
Don't go yet. You want to be yet?
So this.
This cowboy's gone. Bam. Hell, I would have had to let the door in there.
You're gonna make me die. You're gonna make me die, I swear. Oh, Polly. Yeah, thank you, darling. So anyways, the gentleman pulls up with me and we get out and he says, "Don't tell me." And yes, of course, it's that lady over there, barefoot and everything. So we sit down and no, she wasn't pregnant. But she was a grandmother and her grandbabies were there. But that didn't matter because he was a grandfather too. You know. But he said, "You know what? Very nice lady. I'm not going to take that." He said, "But why do you do that? Why did you do that?"
Why did you do that to me? Why did you kill me? You killed me.
You guys, here's one of them. And that's the faces that they all make, like
Who the hell is that? What is that? Don't know it, don't want to be here. I'm gone. Gone like the wind. Gone like the wind.
right, baby? Did I hook you up too?
No, I never did. I looked at people before, but not to kill them. Damn.
What did you think when I tried to hook you up with your chick?
I saw that. Fuck that.
Look, you see that?
That's
You
it?
see it?
I'm gone.
Ah!
Ain't gonna happen, won't happen, won't ever happen.
As he sets my medications up. What happens if I don't take my meds, Paul?
You don't want to be around.
Why?
You don't want to be around.
I'm so beautiful and nice, though.
Yeah, you're beautiful and that, but we don't take our meds. It's death to everybody else.
Anyways, you guys, so needless to say, I'm not a very good matchmaker, right, Paul?
Well, sometimes, you know, the work.
Was I good with you?
No, me and you, yeah. We made good.
No. Did I matchmake you well?
No.
See, I'm not a good matchmaker, right, Paul?
Now when it comes to that, you gotta know, there's no prettiness to it.
I love it when he says purtiness. when I
That
first,
thing ain't pretty. That ain't,
when I moved in with him, he's like, something about VAR. I said, what? I said, VAR. I said, what the?
Fire.
I said, you mean fire? He says, yeah, fire. I was like, why don't you say fire? It sounds like fire. Fire. I was like, what the fuck is fire?
Like Earth, Wind, Fire.
And then, but when he says those things, he makes me laugh, yo. And she ain't purty. What you say, Paulie?
She ain't pretty. The southern thing, pretty.
She looked like what? Homemade what?
Homemade shit. Like her mom when she was young, her face was on fire. Her mama tried to put it off an ice pick.
I Paulie.
That's
He's very bad. Anyways, you guys, so if you want me to hook you up, and you know who to get with, right?